This podcast is for professional voice teachers to answer the question, how do I grow my teaching business and even break out of that one-on-one lesson model so that I can reach and teach who I want whenever I want. I'm your host, Allie Tyler, voice teacher of over a decade and marketing and business coach for fellow voice teachers. Welcome to the Voicepreneur podcast. Hey, voice teacher. Oh my goodness. I'm so glad that you clicked on this episode. I literally cannot contain my excitement. I'm not even going to try. I am so excited. I'm so excited about this episode and about what is to come because buckle up, baby. We are finally 44 episodes into the podcast. We are finally going to be talking about how to get new students in your studio and how to make more money, my friend. We are diving in to how to actually build your studio. That is what this series is all about. Welcome to part 1 of Build Your Studio. I am so excited about this series because here's the thing. You know that I am all about scaling and working smarter, not harder, and getting creative with how we can make money beyond private lessons. I talk about it ad nauseum. But here's the truth. Here's the real hard truth. You can't scale your business until you have a business. We got to get down to the basics, right? You can't scale your teaching business unless you have paying students. Well, you can, but it's really hard to do. So that's what we're going to be talking about. In this episode, we are going to be diving into getting new students, and we're going to be talking about this really over the next few episodes throughout this series, but particularly today, because that's what this episode's all about. I'm just so excited because I truly feel like when you as a voice teacher can confidently fill up your studio anytime you want to, this is key. This is essential. This is essential as a service-based business owner for you to be confident in having consistent income. It's so important. So that's why this series was born. And I'm just so delighted to be talking about this subject with you because I know that this is going to be something that really resonates with every voice teacher, no matter where you are at. Everyone wants to know how to get new students. And ultimately, what we really want to know how to do is to create more abundance in our life. Now, here's the thing I'm going to tell you right from the get-go in this episode. I am not going to just sit here and ramble off a bunch of tips for you because you can Google this. You can Google how to get new students, and you will find a plethora of amazing articles and resources and all kinds of things. In fact, the reason why I haven't brought this subject up on the podcast is because of that exact reason. There are so many other people out there in my industry of music teaching business. Is that an industry? I don't know. It's becoming an industry, but I'm seeing it a lot more where there are tons of podcasts and there are tons of blogs and there's lots of places. I'm going to be open about it. However, I want to give you a different perspective that you may not find on Google. And this is something that I have felt personally in my own life 1.5 million times. And it's something that I have seen with teachers that I have worked closely alongside where they will try this out for themselves. And my favorite thing is to get DMs or emails from them that say, oh my God, that was so much easier than I thought. Or, oh my God, I just signed on 3 students today, right? Like it can be work that is really quite easy and doesn't require a ton of brain power. I mean, there are certainly elements that, require a ton of brain power, but this episode, I want you to start experimenting with this right now because here's the truth on how to get new students. How you get new students is how you sell. That's it. It's how you sell. Now that word might bring up a lot for you. I know for me, it can kind of feel a little like, especially in my younger days of entrepreneurship. And if you're feeling like that, I want to help reframe what selling means for a hot sec, because really what selling is it is serving. It is energy. It is passion. That's all it is. So if you are passionate about the work that you do as a voice teacher, then you should be selling all the time. And you probably are inadvertently. And what I mean by this is you are in this energetic state where when you talk about the work that you are doing with other people, you get so excited about it that you can't not sell them on it. I'm actually dead ass serious when I say this. Like, let's really pull back the curtain here, and I'm going to talk real truth for a hot sec. If you are not selling people on voice lessons to everyone you talk to who asks, so what do you do for a living? Or so what do you do? Anytime you have that conversation, so what do you do? If you're not selling people on voice lessons in those conversations, why? Why not? That's the question I want to ask you. Why not? There are so many people in the world who want to learn how to sing, who love to sing. In fact, I would dare say that 80% of humans find singing to be pleasurable or joyful, or they just enjoy it in some way. So your job as a voice teacher is to sell them on voice lessons. You can do this with your taxi driver. You can do this with your pharmacist. You can do this with someone you meet at a party. I mean, seriously, if you are not selling people on voice lessons when you're talking to them about what you do for a living, let's figure out why not. This was huge for me personally. I really started getting into this really excited state about my work so that everywhere I went, when I was talking to people about it, I'm not even kidding, they would literally ask, where can I sign up? I'm so interested now. Do you have a website? Like, I cannot count how many times that this has happened to me in my life. This is because I love what I do. I love what I do, and I love talking about what I do. And when I'm in that energetic state of talking about what I do and the results that it can help people with and how it can really be transformational for people, that is selling. That is selling. Isn't that so exciting? I mean, that's so relieving. I find that to be extremely relieving because selling can be really, really fun. Though I will say that this does take practice. And more importantly, if you are not feeling that energy, if you're not feeling that excited, passionate energy about the things that you are doing and the work that you're doing with your students, now we got to take a look at that. Because my guess is that you have some students in your studio that don't fill you up and that don't get you excited and that don't put language around what it is that you really like to teach. Oh man, that's deep. I really want you to think about this because when I was first starting out in my teaching career, this was something I did not understand for several years. I was just taking every student I could get, right? I was getting everyone from word of mouth, and that included all the crappy students, which happened probably more often than not. What would happen was I would get this, 9-year-old, 10-year-old Disney loving student, and I would really bond with them because I'm really great with kids and whatnot. And then their mom would go off and tell all their 9 and 10-year-old parent friends, if that made sense, all of their kids' friends, parents about me. And so then I would get, all of these emails from the parents. Hey, I hear that you're teaching so-and-so, and I would love for my daughter to sign up with you too, right? Word of mouth, right? And then it would just get so crazy where I felt like I had to take everybody because I needed the money and because, sure, I like 9-year-olds, I like 10-year-olds, like that's fine. I really enjoy the lessons. It's not that I don't love them, but I didn't feel like it was like tapping into something I was super passionate about. Like I wasn't leaving those lessons being like, oh my God, I want to learn everything about how to teach a 9-year-old. I just didn't feel that passionate about that particular age group. Wasn't something that I felt excited about when I talked about teaching voice lessons. And I realized later down the road that this was likely contributing to why I was not actually attracting my dreamy, ideal students. Because here is really what it comes down to. It really comes down to two main things. When you are going out and you want to go and get new students, it comes down to two main things. Number one, cultivating a selling mindset and selling from a place of fun and joy and pure love for the thing that you do. That's all one component, right? That's all one thing. And how you talk about and sell voice lessons is really going to come back to how much you enjoy voice lessons and how much you enjoy your students and how much you enjoy what you're doing and your brand and your niche and your specialties and all of that jazz, right? It all plays into this holistic picture. And then, of course, the other component, the second component, is your system. What do I mean by your system? I mean the experience from start to finish, from the moment that someone connects with you online, even signs up for voice lessons with you and has voice lessons with you. And then maybe at some point they're going to, terminate or end voice lessons with you for whatever reason, literally from start to finish. That is your system. That is your system. And this is very important because when you're looking for someone to work closely with and pay hundreds of dollars a month to, y'all, people pay us hundreds of dollars a month. This is a lot for them. This is an investment for them. You want to make sure that that process from start to finish is professional AF. Like, we want it to be so stinking good. We are in 2023, my friend. We are in the 21st century. Your process needs to be so damn good. This is your system. So what do I mean by that? We want it to feel easy for everyone. That's it. We just want it to feel easy. Nobody wants a complicated, clunky system. Because you're a consumer yourself. You don't want that. I don't want that. Nobody wants that. So these are things like how you communicate. Are you emailing back and forth trying to schedule that intro lesson? How are you taking your payments? Are you only taking checks and cash? That's how I was for like the first 8 years of my business. I did not accept credit card. Hopefully you are not that person now and you are accepting credit card. You are not as naive as I was, but you got to do that, right? You got to make sure we're virtual. Got to make sure it's automated. It's easy for them. It's easy for you. You know exactly how much money you are making every single month and you can depend on it. And it's not something where it's just like, oh, so-and-so forgot to pay me last week, or, oh, I forgot to invoice them and you got to do all this stuff. You don't have to do any of that stuff. You don't have to do any of that stuff. Your system can be clean. It can be easy. It can be easy for you. It can be easy for them. And when you do that, I cannot emphasize how much that's going to amplify your business. Like, oh my God, when I started cleaning up my own onboarding process in my business, not only did it feel so good, like for me as the admin person over here, I was like, holy guacamole, I just saved myself hours of time, but I started attracting way better people and way more people because it felt good for them too. So your system matters. It's a holistic experience. If you want to see abundance in your studio and you want to grow it to be this beautiful, thriving, easy flowing business, which it can be, that attracts those dreamy favorite students of yours, your entire system needs to work. Your selling mindset, your onboarding process, the entire experience of working with you, right? Of actually being your student, the whole thing. It needs to work together. So if you want to get deeper into this, you want to cultivate a selling mindset that literally gets you excited to sell every single day, truly. And you want to create an entire system, right? That whole onboarding process and OMG, so much more. I am so freaking excited. I'm so freaking excited. Okay, I gotta calm down. I am so excited to invite you to a very, very special event. We have never done anything like this before inside of the Voicepreneur. You are invited to come and join us inside of, I need like a drum roll. That's me tapping my fingers. That sounded so weak. You are invited to come join us inside of Amplify, a 2-week live group coaching experience that teaches you how to consistently get new students and leverage them to make even more money. OMG, it's gonna be amazing. We're gonna be walking through that entire system over these next 4 episodes. And as I said, if you wanna dive so much deeper into this, because oh my goodness, it's so deep, so deep, you definitely wanna come and join us. This is gonna be running from March 2nd through March 16th of 2023. This is live and it is an experience. So you are going to get live coaching to make sure that all of your questions are answered. There's going to be a pop-up Facebook group where you can ask your questions and I will answer them live on the calls. And you get lifetime access to this program content forever, which is so awesome because this is also the lowest price that it will ever be. It will never be this low ever again. We're going to close the program on March 16th, and then it will likely be resold in the future, but without that live coaching container. We won't have a Facebook group pop up and you won't be able to get your questions answered. So you definitely want to come to the live part because that's where all the fun happens, right? So come and join us for this 2-week live group coaching program. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about how to really grow your private studio. And here is the very best part. Are you ready? Oh my gosh. I kind of can't believe I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. If you join the Voicepreneur program, and if you are a Voicepreneur listening to this, you get this program for free. For free. I know, I'm freaking nuts. Like, what? Craziness. So seriously, such a steal. Come and join us inside of the Voicepreneur program because you will get so much more than just this 2-week coaching experience. You're going to get the entire program and our continual community. But hey, if that's not your jam, you're not ready for the Voicepreneur program yet, and you just want to get the 2-week live group coaching experience, no sweat. Click on the link inside of the show notes and you can come join us that way as well. As always, if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, shoot me a DM, and I would love to chat with you about it. And stay tuned because next week we're going to be going into part 2 of this series where you're going to learn the most important thing to focus on in your business. And no, little hint, it's not marketing. It is not marketing. You do not need to be focusing on that. And we're going to talk about why. Because when you understand this component in your business, you will get why this particular thing generates up to 70% of every business's revenue. I'm going to say that one more time because it's kind of mind-blowing. When you understand this component to your business, you will understand why this thing generates up to 70% of every business's revenue. It's crazy. When I learned that stat, I was like, wait, this is how you make money? Oh, got it. So you definitely want to keep your ears and your eyes, eyes and ears peeled for next week's episode. It's dropping on Thursday. I can't wait. And I certainly hope that I will see you inside of Amplify, our 2-week group coaching program. As I said, if you have any questions, hit me up on Instagram, check the link inside of the show notes, and I will see you there, my friend. I cannot wait to help you build your studio. This is going to be the best year yet. Are you ready for it? Here we go. Thank you, as always, for being here, and I will catch you in the next episode.